Hey guys, we're starting a new topic. We're starting fractions. So this first lesson is talking about describing equal parts of a whole. So that's all fractions are. If you have a whole of something, say you have a whole pizza, and that pizza is cut into 6 slices. So, and you ate one of those pieces. So that means you ate 1 out of 6 pieces of pizza. So that is a part of a whole. Now, the big thing here is if you have something that is divided up into fractions, those have to be equal parts. For example, this is not equal parts. This is small, medium, and large pieces. You can't do that. If you're dividing something up into fractions, the pieces have to be equal in size. All right, so Sean, Missy, Asia, and Zane make flags of the same size with 4 different color sections. Which student divides their flag equally? Which students divide their flags into sections that are not equal? So we're looking for equal and not equal parts. Now Zane says his sections are equal in size to Missy's sections. Is he correct? How do you know? All right, here's Zane. First of all, let's divide this up into equal and not equal. All right, just so you know, equal, we could use an equal sign, and not equal would be an equal sign with a slash through it. That means not equal, just so you know. All right, so if we look at Sean, that green is bigger than the red, so those are not equal pieces. So he's going over here. Missy, oh, look at Missy. She's got 4, and those are equal parts, so she goes over here. Asia, if you look, this red is a whole lot bigger than the green and blue, so she's definitely not equal. And Zane, his pieces, even though these are vertical, they're still equal pieces. And Missy is equal pieces, and hers are horizontal pieces. So now Zane says his sections are equal in size. So we'll look at those pieces. Okay. So Zane says his sections are equal in size to Missy's sections. Is he correct? Give you a second to look at that. So if we look at Missy's sections, those are long and skinny. Zane's are shorter and wider. If we were to take this red of Missy and cut it in half and put those 2 pieces side by size pieces, except this one is long and skinny because it's horizontal, this one's vertical. So, is he correct? Yes. Why? Because if we cut this in half and move these 2 pieces over, okay? All right. Remember, you can pause the video if you need to, if you need an extra minute or 2 to put those answers down. Okay, all right, I'm going to turn the page. I'm going to look at the next page. We've got Seth, and he's comparing the flags of different countries. France, Indonesia, and the Czech Republic is how that's pronounced. Which flags, now notice that says flags, so that's more divided into equal parts. Well, this one stands out real quick because those are equal parts. So France is definitely one. And what's the other one? Yep, exactly, Indonesia. Red and white, and those are exactly the same size pieces. Now Czech Republic, even though that's a cool looking flag, we've got a triangle, and then we've got two other shapes here, which are known. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, so it's a quadrilateral. In Colombia, this yellow is bigger than the blue and the red. All right, then it says which flags show a whole divided into unequal parts. So we're going to, and just because this word is so long, we're going to put a capital CR for Czech Republic. And then we'll put Colombia because it's not equal either. Now this is a different kind of Columbia. This is a country, not the state capital of South Carolina. Colombia is spelled a little differently too. Okay. Then into how many equal or unequal parts is the flag of Indonesia divided into? Well, those are definitely equal parts, and they're divided into how many? That's right, 2. We have a red and white. So we're going to put 2 equal parts, and we'll use an equal sign there. Okay, let's see if I can stretch this up just a little bit more so we can fit all this in. All right, draw one flag with equal parts and one flag with unequal parts on the grid. Explain how you know if the flags have equal or unequal pieces. So you can just draw yourself a rectangle and then do equal and unequal parts. This one will do equal parts. This one we will do unequal parts, and that's the equal sign with a slash through it. And then if we did say we did this kind of flag, little horizontal stripes, those are definitely not equal, but we could divide it in half that way, and we would have equal parts. And then we could shade in a couple of those like so and look like that. Now, that's definitely not all the different variations you could do. You could always pause it and then come up with your own. Okay? All right. Now, scooting on over. This is the 137th Street School holds a contest for a new flag design. The school wants all flags to be divided into equal parts. The name of the equal parts of a whole depends on the total number of equal parts. So the name depends on the total number of equal parts. We're matching the flag with the name of their total number of equal parts. So if we look at this first one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces in that flag. And if we look, thirds, 6, 8ths, halves, and fourths. So we're going to draw a line from the flag with the 8 pieces to the word eighths, because that's divided up into eighths, THS on the end, eighths. This one is divided up into 3 pieces. That would be thirds. I'm going to give you a second to do the 3 at the bottom. Match those up right quick. Okay, so this is 4 pieces, so that would be fourths all the way down here. This is 6 pieces, so that would be sixths. And this is 2, and we don't say tooths, we say halves. Goes there. Okay, good job. Now, the next part, you're going to start here with check for understanding. And on the back, you've got a few more. You're writing whether the shape is divided into equal, and you can use the equal sign, or unequal. You can use the unequal sign if you want to answer that. Now this, you're writing the name for the equal parts. Here, you're going to have to look back at these words right here. That's what they're looking for, those words right there in those blanks. And then number 9, a biologist wants to measure how far bears travel from their, not bears, let me try that again. A biologist wants to measure how far bees travel from their hive to obtain nectar. How should a biologist divide this flower field into equal-sized sections? Label the sections 1 through 6 to record where the bees visit. Explain how you would analyze the results of your experiment. Okay, try your best on that one. That's got a lot of information on it. So now's the time for you to pause the video, work through those 9 questions. When you're finished, hit play, and then we'll check your work. Now, I'm going to hit pause on my end too and work through these problems, and I'll catch up with you in just a few minutes. Work carefully. I'll see you in a minute or two. Okay guys, we're back. All right, let's look at your answers. Make sure you have all the questions answered. Now, if you had trouble with the last one on the stem with the bees and the hive and all that kind of stuff, it's okay. We're going to work through that one. That one's a little tough. But the rest of them you should have answered before we start checking. If you haven't, hit pause again. Make sure all those are answered. All right, so here we go. A circle is divided into 8ths. How many equal parts does the circle have? 8 equal parts. So if it has 8ths, that means 8 equal parts. And I put an equal sign in split into 3 parts. But no, the parts are not equal, because remember, the main thing with fractions would be you have to have equal parts, and this does not. So no, you can't use that as a fraction. That's number 1 rule for fractions. They have to have equal parts. Okay? Then on the equal and not equal. These are equal parts. If you were to fold this on that line and fold this on top of this, it's there. So those are equal, and you can use an equal sign there. These are definitely not equal. It's a cool looking shape and cool diagonal lines there, but those are not equal parts. This one is another cool design. You've got a couple of rectangles and a couple of squares, so you know that these are not equal parts. They're not all the same. 6, 7, and 8. You were supposed to name those parts. You have 6 pieces, so that's 6. You have 4 pieces, so that's right, 4ths. You have 2 pieces, so then we call that halves. So if you miss them, travel from their hive to obtain nectar. How should the biologist divide the flower field into equal-sized sections? They wanted 6. So here is divided, this is an array of 3 rows of 2. But that's what I chose to do. And then it asks an interesting science question here. How would you analyze the results of the experiment? Well, if the bees goes to the hive, section 4 right there should have the most visits. So you didn't have to have exactly what I have on here, but you need to have some kind of explanation of how you're going to figure out what's going on with these bees. How do you know if they stayed close? How do you know if they stayed far away? So look at that. My information's here. As long as you have something in the same ballpark, write it down. It's right there for you to look at. You can pause the video so that you can see the word. Okay? All right, guys. Now, next time, we're going to look at unit fractions. Now, unit fractions are kind of cool because they have a numerator that is always going to be 1. So that's what we're going to look at next time. Okay? All right, good job.